signs on a resolution to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt for refusing to answer questions during a hearing.
This committee and the American people have a right to know why Dr. Fauci's agency funded dangerous research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Committee Chairman Rand Paul believes Anthony Fauci isn't covered by his pardon from former President Biden, and that's why he was required to answer questions last week, rather than invoking the Fifth Amendment 111 times. Democrats think that Paul has no case. Republicans believe that Fauci advocated the theory that the virus came from nature and not from the lab in Wuhan.
Fox's Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill. Fauci's attorney called the vote a crude political stunt. Iran and the U.S. argue over what's happening, and still there's no deal for peace or an agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
President Trump reiterated yesterday the Iranians always lie about the substance of negotiations, but this morning he also sent a signal that the U.S. is ready to resume war if necessary, denying reports about military stockpile concerns. Posting to Truth Social, the U.S. has massive amounts of munitions, especially of certain types. Additionally, though large amounts are being manufactured and shipped to the U.S. as needed, defense companies are building the largest number of plants and factories in our country's history.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. And Republican Senator Mitch McConnell says doctors have discharged him from a rehabilitation center. The Kentucky Republican says he'll continue physical therapy at home after being injured during a fall in June, but gave no timetable for returning to the Senate. Last week, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear urged him to prove he's fit to serve or resign. America's listening to Fox News.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A former Texas elementary school principal is accused of failing to report child abuse allegations.
Wendy Bailey, the former principal at Crosby Elementary School in Forney, Texas, was booked in the Kaufman County Jail, charged with endangering a child and failure to report child abuse. Her arrest comes after Jonathan Michael, a former special education teacher at the school, was arrested on 2 counts of injury to a child and 1 count of child grooming. According to an arrest report, 2 teachers' aides reported that Michael inappropriately touched a special needs student in April and made sexually explicit comments. Investigators allege rather than reporting the allegations, Bailey transferred the student. They also allege she hired Michael despite knowing he had a past arrest under a previous name. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
The U.S. becomes the first country to approve a new flu vaccine.
Moderna gets the green light from the Food and Drug Administration for its mRNA flu vaccine, enabling use of a technology that'll make it easier to rapidly target a widely prevalent or especially virulent strain of the virus. Mflusiva, the first to be made with the same mRNA technology, the manufacturer says was key to ending the COVID pandemic. This allows adults 50 to 64 to get immunized against the respiratory illness. The FDA also accelerated approval for those 65 and older, with a commitment to further studying the shot in older adults. The company says the new shot will probably be available in select retailers in the coming weeks. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Police in Toronto say they arrested 2 suspects in the second shooting in the U.S. consulate in 5 months. Police say the two teenagers were recruited through an encrypted app as part of a possible gun-for-hire network. And after 3 back-to-back records, the Dow plunges 464 points. I'm Carmen Roberts, and this is Fox News.
Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
I hate sharks.
You hate sharks? What the hell? Who hates sharks?
Dad, what are you doing? It's Shark Week.
I have a shark and I hate sharks.
You don't have sharks.
Still hate you.
Still hate you.
I adopted one. I can track it in the ocean.
I don't believe it.
I'll hold up right now.
What's your shark's name? Shieldhouse?
Maverick.
Maverick Shieldhouse, the shark. What kind of shark?
You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Maverick right now is in the Gulf.
Which one?
The Gulf of Mexico.
Uh-huh.
When he comes at you, doesn't seem to be living.
I'll tell you.
He doesn't know. Pierce, are you a shark guy?
I love sharks. I have a friend who really loves sharks.
All right, Pierce, pause.
Until he bites you, and those black eyes roll over white.
Okay.
Maverick is an adult male great hammerhead shark that measured a healthy
mean one. That's a mean one.
290 centimeters. He was found in the Florida Keys at a 200-foot depth. Whew.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone, lover and hater of sharks.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, probably. Mainly hate.
I still don't understand how you never explain why you hate sharks.
They're terrifying.
Doesn't mean you gotta hate them.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with them.
Brian Urlacher was terrifying in his day, but that doesn't mean you hate him.
Well, no, but he wasn't terrifying to me. He was on my team.
Wasn't on your team. He played for the Chicago Bears, but that's
tomato.
Neither here nor there. Hope you're having a great one. Appreciate you spending some time with us today. How is your day, sir?
You know, it's going pretty good. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. We've got a little bit of a daycare happening in the studio today.
Yeah, boy, I wish Pierce would have been here for this because that would have been fantastic to see him interact with children.
Yeah, no, we got a couple of my kids here today, and so I put Quintern the intern onto logging them onto the Wi-Fi because it said.
I work with kids. I'm good with kids, guys.
You work with kids.
I do work with kids. I'm a tumbling coach.
Is that a shot at us or something? Or
no, It's not a shot at you. I'm just saying I'm good with kids.
Yeah, because we brought my 4-year-old. She brought her little tablet, and she wanted to play a game, and it said it wasn't logged into the internet, and so it said ask a grown-up, but it was telling me ask a grown-up for help, and I'm like, I am the grown-up, and I still can't figure this out. What's going on?
So then he sicked it on me.
So Quintern the intern.
And I have to help.
Stepped up.
I have to help her on the next break because I need the garage code.
Don't worry, Quinn. We will get you the garage code or whatever it is that is missing from here. Score update in regards to the Cubs, which you could find on our sister station, US 105.9, Quintern.
1-0. Toronto's up.
Gosh.
Those Blue Jays. Those Blue Jays do very well against the NL Central this year. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit. So this is a makeup game. So it's a one-game series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a makeup game. It's just really frustrating that you get Toronto, who's not a very good baseball team, in one game, and it's Dylan Cease.
Right. That's what's frustrating.
And Dylan Cease is going off. Last I checked, he had gone 6 innings, 1 hit. 7, 8 strikeouts.
I was going to say it's a higher number of strikeouts for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Which if you look at, so I was then looking this up. If you look up Dylan Cease in his last 5 appearances, including the All-Star game, 48 strikeouts.
He's incredible.
It's pretty good.
He pitched a complete game. This is almost unheard of nowadays.
Yeah.
Last week, a complete game against Boston, who's one of the hottest teams in baseball.
They are.
And he went 9 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 12 batters. Dylan Cease is really good.
He's a pretty good dude.
That's someone you hope is on a contending team. That's like a Mike Trout on the Angels. You know what I mean?
You know, he could have been a White Sox for life, that Dylan Cease.
Yeah.
He could be contending with the White Sox right now.
He was a Cub first.
Yeah. I was going to say contending with the White Sox is never something I thought I'd hear, but it's true now this year.
Who did we trade him for?
Let me look it up.
When he was a part of the Cubs farm system.
Well, let's get on that, Quintern the
I'm
intern.
on it.
Here's a check of today's lineup, my man. Our guy Carson Gordy is going to hop on with us here in about 15 minutes or so, talk about all the big Illini headlines of the day. We know you've got your random Illinois football players of the day. It's August 6th. So the number 6, and do we get any insight now, or are you going to save it for later on the number that you will be focused on that is above 31.
Ooh.
If people don't know or they've missed some of this, explain how you are coming up with your random Illini players of the day.
Well, it matches the calendar. So like you said, today's the 6th, August 6th. So I'll find an Illinois player, number 6. But then I got to find a guy higher than the number 31. We got to show some love to the higher numbers. So we'll find out somebody who's a little bit higher. And no, you'll just find that out later.
And then we seem to find out what they're currently doing for a living. We've had bankers.
Yeah, there's been some of that.
We've had politicians. We've had. Wasn't there a teacher in there somewhere? Somebody that's working on orthopedics or something like that. So we're finding out all sorts of stuff.
Mason Monheim is a dentist.
He's a dentist. We found that out yesterday. Monheim is a dentist. Did we find out who the Cubs received for Dylan Cease a few years ago?
It was Jose Quintana, who I totally forgot about.
Right.
What a legendary Cub. And then minor league infielders Matt Rose and Brian, I'm going to say Fleet. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but.
Probably not.
I've never heard of him.
217-359-2255. Heath on the text line, are you saying Dylan never ceases to amaze you? That's exactly what I'm saying, sir.
That's a little rough for our first text of the day.
Exactly what I'm saying. So the Cubs sweep the Dodgers yesterday. Cubs fans feeling really good about that. Now struggling today with the Blue Jays. Cards take down the Yankees last night, so they win that series. Now another showdown with the Rockies at Busch tonight. Of course, pregame will be after our show. And Pierce the Fierce, we let him have one segment yesterday, Quinn. One. We let him take over and do a draft. He made it this weird, convoluted thing about drafting the best pro wrestlers from his era, is what he called it.
I was going to say post-90s.
Yeah. And now he's getting the tar kicked out of him on the text line and on Instagram. It's not even close. It's not going very well for Pierce. Do you think it has more to do with the wrestlers he took, Evan, or just our listeners' disdain for one intern in particular? I mean, poor Pierce, buddy.
He had an interesting strategy where he started off, and my strategy, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, your strategies earned you way more votes than his.
And he started off with, hey, I'm going to take real wrestlers. I mean, they're all real.
Yeah, how dare you, sir?
But then when I started my strategy at the very end, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to do that."
He waited for the very last pick to be like,
to start a new strategy.
I'm going to do.
I think if he just went, if he went all the way through with top name wrestlers, he maybe would have done better.
Maybe he would have done all right. And another highlight or low light, depending on your perspective, from yesterday. Hey, Pierce, who's Shauna Green?
I don't even know who you're talking about, dude.
Disrespectful.
I thought we were going to have
That is disrespectful.
I thought I was going to look out the window and see pitchforks and flames and stuff from angry listeners marching towards the radio station.
That would have been me. I cannot believe.
I thought bad things were going to be happening to me very, very soon because I was in the same room with Pierce. I thought that just anger that was happening.
Is that as bad or worse than Tom Izzo? That's the question.
Well, that's the other thing. My favorite part, see, that was the worst part, but my favorite part of the show yesterday was when the guys told me about the game they played where Evan gave Pierce 30 seconds to name all the college. Was it all college coaches or just any coaches?
Any coach. Just name a head coach.
And he said Tom Izzo, Brad Underwood, and Brett Bielema.
And that's it. That's all you got in 30 seconds.
That's all he had.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was really, really good. 217-359-2255. I may have misspoke on the just a moment ago. I thought Cards Rockies was tonight, and I think Heath is right. I think the first game of that series is tomorrow evening. But we'll double check on that. Scott and Terre Haute is officially the arch nemesis, I think, of Pierce the Fierce. What John and Camargo is to you, Evan Stone, I think that's what Scott and Terre Haute has become to Pierce. And thank you, Jeff in St. Joe. Thank you, Heath on the text line. Cardinals, it is tomorrow. It is not this evening. So.
Hold up.
Yep. What?
John and Camargo and I have a friendly rivalry.
Maybe.
Like John and I would still go sit down and have a good time at the bar. Like we would still have fun together as we're giving each other a hard time. Well, Scott might jump Pierce. I don't know. Like it's just I don't think they're having a good time. So there's a difference there. Don't put us in that. Don't put John, my boy John, and I into that category.
Goodness. Yeah. And
just Pierce, don't go to Terre Haute. That's all I'm saying.
Just don't go to Indiana at all.
Yeah.
Don't go to Paris. Don't go to any town that's close to the Indiana border. You might run into Scott from Terre Haute there, just waiting for you. Just go. That's the guy right there. I know that's him. I know that's Pierce.
Here's another thing of I'm so glad that's not us moment.
Oh.
Did you see Purdue's new athletic director today?
I did.
All right, so I've heard about this, but I did not see it.
I didn't see the whole thing. I saw a specific quote.
Not to quote Mark Trestman. I didn't see that, but I saw some of that. So what happened?
Well, do you know who I'm talking about?
I do not, sir. Fill me in. Fill me in on everything. Treat me like I'm Pierce.
Purdue hires a new athletic director.
I knew that move happened.
He does his opening press conference, and he says the line, all of our student athletes are going to hear this repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win a championship, go to Indiana.
No.
And everybody's thinking, wait, they're winning national championships as is, and you're the laughingstock of the Big Ten.
Somewhere Signetti heard that and went,
Somewhere Tim Beckman heard that and said, pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Pretty good presser.
Tim Beckman approved.
Right. Somewhere Beckman
Nailed
was
it.
like,
the band of brothers.
We got to stick together. I'm glad I'm not that idiot.
Not enough food references, but other than that, nailed it.
Not enough.
We need more Stofers.
I keep telling you there's nothing wrong with Stofers. Oh, here it is. Here, okay, let me...
You found it?
Yeah, let me bring it up here in case you haven't heard it because, here it is. It's about a 10-second little clip here. I'm assuming this is it. Here we go.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
Maybe he meant Indiana State? I don't know.
Did he get cut off there? Maybe it's edited funny.
No. It's people giggled. And
maybe he said Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
He meant ooey pooey.
There we go.
Yeah, but I think it got cut off.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened there. That is new Purdue AD Tom McClendon. And boy, that is one way to introduce yourself. You're right, Evan Stone. That is up there with
equals the knowledge of being, the K, the knowledge.
That's up there. Yeah.
Hey, he might last long. I don't know. We'll see. Does he have a name?
Tom McClendon. Tom McClendon. That is Tommy McClendon. Excuse me. I'm giving him too much of an adult name.
He goes by Tommy.
Tommy. He goes by Tommy. I'm going to call him Tommy Pickles from now on. Is what I'm going to call him. Old Tommy Pickles in Purdue. Tommy Pickles Purdue.
Good grief.
That's not a good start. But boy, if you would like to see that clip again, you can find it at the Drive 935 because I sure did just retweet that because it's. You're right.
Whew. You think he has a mini fridge in his office?
Oh, gotta.
6 packs of.
What do you think's in there?
Soda.
Stouffer's lasagna in the freezer section. Yeah.
Are you guys not tracking with me?
Nobody ever tracks with you.
What?
The text line's going to be with me, and they're going to be against y'all.
Why? Why would the text line be against us?
Well, because you got someone named Tommy, and I'm asking if he's got a mini fridge in his office that he can put 6 packs of soda in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
Help
me out, text line. Do we have any headlines today?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Why don't you just explain?
Illini headlines on ESPN 93.5.
Well, we got a couple. Illinois center Jake Renfro has been named to the preseason watch list for the 2026 Remington Trophy. That was announced earlier today by the Remington Trophy Committee. Renfro is one of 40 players listed among the top centers in all of college football. And the Big Ten leads the way with 13 honorees. That means 13 out of the 18 starting centers in the Big Ten are on this list. Renfro is the first Illini to appear on the list since Doug Kramer in 2021. Only other note to pass along, the Big Ten Network announced their broadcast schedule for the 2026 soccer season today. The Illini, who are coming into the season ranked number 9 in the Big Ten preseason poll, right in the middle, will appear on the Big Ten twice this season. First one will be August 27th, 6 o'clock, when they host St. Louis. In the next game, they will travel to USC on Thursday, October 8th, for a late one at 9:30. And Illinois soccer appeared on the Big Ten Network once last season, twice now. And we'll see where they end up as well in Big Ten soccer tournament time. Those are the two Illini headlines for today.
Thank you, Nick and Muhammad.
Did Nick and Muhammad help you out there?
I didn't help me. He's helping y'all.
Why is he helping me? Oh, Tommy boy. 6 packs of soda.
I was going to ask if it was.
I was going to ask how many years Tommy went to college.
7 years of college down the drain. That was Blutarski. How many years did Tommy Boy go to? How many years did he go to college?
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Yeah, it is. I knew it. It was a nod to John Belushi. I thought that was right. Yeah,
they're called doctors.
They're called doctors, Tommy. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he goes by Tommy McClendon. Tommy, do you want to go with Tommy Boy or Tommy Pickles? Which one do you want to call the new AD? Feels like it might be too much. That would be an insult to Farley if we call him Tommy Boy. I think we go with Tommy Pickles.
I think we're just going to go with we'll probably never talk about him again.
Tommy makes you boil?
I think this is probably the last time it's going to get...
what if he turns into Beckman and has like 5 million hotkeys? That's all he keeps saying.
Well, he's got one for sure now. He's got one for sure. I tell you, when you get that sort of gold behind the microphone, you know the people in Indiana that cover Purdue are just like, I can't wait to hear more of what this guy's got to say. Just because he'll be a quote machine. Was there anybody that was ever like, I don't want to hear what Beckman has to say? No. Everyone's like, can't wait to hear what this is going to be.
It's going to be good.
Whatever it is. They might have just lost 62-0, but by God, he's going to have something interesting to say. 217-359-2255 for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Somebody else that always has something interesting to say. Carson Gordy, our guy, is going to talk Illinois football with us and more Illini headlines. Get into some local stuff as well next on The Drive.
Look, honey, great deal on kitchen appliances. Man, oh man, this is a can't miss opportunity. I'm getting the car keys.
Whoa, big fella. What store is this?
It's the membership store. You know, the one where you can buy 60 rolls of toilet paper shrink wrapped to a pallet?
Those memberships are expensive. What do they know about kitchen appliances?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you don't need a membership.
It's Paul Regan from Dick Van Dyke.
So, who gets the best deals?
Everyone. Plus, we have award-winning service to take care of you years after the sale. No membership required.
This membership store has to have service. I mean, they're so big. They sell groceries.
Nope. No service at the membership store.
You're right. No service department.
Too risky to buy there.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World gives you award-winning service from sales to install to repairs, no membership fees, and the guaranteed best deal.
Impressive. How did you find our house?
Appliance guy intuition.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hey golf cart shoppers, tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
At Busey Wealth Management, we're proud to partner with individuals, families, and foundations, ensuring possibilities become achievements. From preserving and enhancing your assets to securing your legacy for future generations, we're focused on your success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Yo, welcome back into The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Quinn turned the intern in studio. Hello, Quinn.
Hello. I'm here. Happy to be here.
Quinn, should we call the new AD Tommy Pickles or Tommy Boilermaker?
Ooh, I like Tommy Boilermaker. That was good. That was a good play on words there, Tommy Boy situation. I kind of like that. It was good.
Tommy Boiler. I'm not going to lie.
Get it? Like Tommy Boy.
I get it now.
Boilermaker?
That took me a second.
Did it
well done.
take you a second? No, I thought that was good.
It took me a second.
Curtis is good at coming up with stuff on the spot. He came up with Quinter and the intern on the spot, and I think that's been pretty good choice.
Listen, I'm not good at much in this world, but ad-libbing is one of those things. If there's anything radio will make you good at, it's being able to ad-lib. Because a lot will go wrong, and you got to work really hard to hide it in this business.
Some people.
Some people what? Some people work hard?
Well, some people get good at it.
Oh, well, I think you're doing a great job. Somebody else is doing a great job because I know he's doing a great job. My mother makes sure I get at least 30 messages a day of his content on social media. He also happens to be our next guest. Carson Gordy from WICS TV is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. How are you, sir?
I'm blushing right now. You guys are too kind. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited. It's been a little bit, but, man, everybody was saying the summer is going to be slow and boring. No, it was super entertaining, and now it's going to be on absolute steroids with football and, obviously, basketball season. I am through the roof. I'm super excited.
You're right, and there's a lot of storylines, and anytime you think that basketball is slowing down, something happens like Merck has foot surgery, which sends the Illini world into a tizzy, I should say. You have been just churning out content left and right. We always encourage people to follow you on the socials because it's always good stuff. What is the storyline that has your attention right now?
Hold on. The best content you've spurned out so far, though, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Was a throwback video of one Carson Gordy trying to catch a kickoff.
Oh no. Yeah. So, in 2024, Illinois was up 27-10 against Purdue, and I dropped the kickoff. And what people don't know is that was actually the second one I dropped. They just didn't catch the first one on TV.
I feel like you didn't drop it. I feel like it almost knocked you over.
It hit me right in the stomach, and then my depression made me do like a somersault. And, I mean, the guys on TV were like roasting me. They were like, that was your moment in the sun. You're a nobody. I'm like, holy crap. I gained so many Twitter followers from that day. Like, I actually think I gained more because I dropped it, and I was like a good sport about it.
Yeah.
And then Illinois almost lost to Purdue, so maybe that was bad luck. Like, it was the start of bad luck, but Illinois held on for that win. But that was a surreal moment, man. I had so many people reaching out to me.
Funny about that is I was in Colorado during that game. Like, we went back to visit. I went and watched that game they have a local Bears bar in Colorado Springs. And I was there watching that game. And, Illinois jumps out to a massive lead, and then Purdue comes all the way back. They almost win. Illinois needs to stop them on a 2-point conversion to keep them from winning. Yeah. It was awful. And I was watching that game with a bunch of my friends from Colorado, and I remember that moment because everybody was like, dude. And it's all, he catches like he's from Illinois, blah, 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 blah.
Why you got to bring that line? Why'd you have to bring that line up, man?
Well, because I was offended. I was mad at you, Carson. I was like, dude, we're on national TV, man. You got to represent.
I made people look bad. I brought gloves, so that won't happen again next time I get a kickoff.
Well, now we're friends. Are you still blushing? Are you still gushing over joining us on the phone?
No, I'm all good now.
He's good.
What else you working on? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. What's real good content?
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, we can talk about basketball, but right now it is Illinois football training camp. Big stuff going on, and there's a lot of questions about the defense, right? But you're thinking more about it, and we're starting to get a better idea what it's going to look like. And I think the starting 11, there's actually some pretty big names. So obviously the defensive line, Brett Bielema's kind of talked about what it's going to be. It's going to be Prater at nose guard. He had 4.5 sacks last year at Jacksonville State. It sounds like Joe Barna is going to be the Gabe Akers replacement, and he was incredible in last year's Music City Bowl. You're going to You know, you need a huge step up from a guy like Pat Farrell, and then the secondary. You know, I'm excited to see Xavier Scott back, and him going out last year. Like, I don't think it could be overstated how much that affected the secondary because it changed all the depth and all the roster. And Tanner Heckle had to play a little bit more, and you know, struggled in the USC game, and the secondary struggled in the Washington game. So you're returning probably third-round NFL draft pick, you know, and then you also have a guy like Matthew Bailey. So I think Illinois, they're probably going to be giving up some points and some yards, but they got some big names where I don't think it's going to be the 15th best defense in the Big Ten Conference. Like, I think it is going to be good enough where this offense can thrive and they win 8, 9 something football games.
When you look at their schedule, Carson, and there's 3 or 4 teams that we have really talked about ad nauseum, and Ohio State, Oregon. I've brought up Iowa. I think Nebraska will be a bit of a challenge. I have no idea what you're going to get on the West Coast this year out of any team in Los Angeles, for that matter. But is there a team that you're looking at as, I don't know if underrated is the way to phrase this, but a team that you think might be more of a challenge for this Illini squad when we talk about 8-9 wins versus what people are already talking about, which would be the big boys that are 1 and 2 in the country in Ohio State and Oregon?
Yeah, I think you got to look at UCLA, and that's just such a weird game. Friday night, could be an empty Rose Bowl, 8 o'clock, late game. They're pretty good. I always struggle to say that name. Imalava, the former Tennessee transfer, he's a really good dual-threat quarterback who now all of a sudden has a really, really good coaching staff with Bob Chesney. Bob Chesney made a college football playoff last year with his own James Madison players. Those were not Kirk Sneedy leftovers. And then they got a really good running back in Wayne Knight. So I think that is an offense that can be a challenge to any Big Ten team. So I think that's going to be a game where, oh no, Caden Hauser threw a couple picks. You just lost 35-31 on a Friday night at the Rose Bowl. So I think UCLA is kind of the make or break for 8-9 wins. And you mentioned it. I think Nebraska is a team you seriously got to watch out for. They got a new defensive coordinator who was at San Diego State last year, and they only gave up like 12 points per game. So probably the defense is going to be a little bit better this year. And then Anthony Calandria, I mean, he's probably, like, this sounds crazy to say, he's probably a better fit for Nebraska than Dylan Raiola in a weird way because he can make his own things happen. He's a scrambler. He can run that spread offense. Dylan Raiola is a big pro-style quarterback who didn't have the personnel to help him. He didn't have the wide receivers. He wasn't dual threat. They didn't have the offensive line. So I actually think Nebraska, in a weird way, like their offense actually might be better. And that's also going to be a Friday night game in Champaign. So Nebraska and UCLA back-to-back Friday nights, that's going to be the difference between maybe a nice Florida Bowl game or, you get shipped off to New York or North Carolina or something.
Yeah, you bring up the UCLA game, and I've been meaning to do this. I haven't had a chance to really dive in yet. You talk about Chesney, who I really do think is a really good football coach. But he goes from James Madison to UCLA. I'm trying to think of and find the last coach that went from coast to coast and succeeded. Like I've been meaning to really dive deep into that and look through all of it because I think he's a really good coach, but that feels wild. Like you're getting out of your recruiting element. You're getting out of, it's a completely different culture. How do you fit going from, where James Madison's in Virginia, right?
Out east,
yeah. I mean, it's out east. You're going from Virginia to Los Angeles. Like that's huge. So I'm very intrigued to see how that works out this year. But yeah, I think that Nebraska game for me is that's kind of the tipping point of the schedule. Now I'm fascinated in something else that a lot of talk this week has been about, and that's QB2 and the battle going on behind Caden Hauser between Carson Boyd and Michael Clayton Jr., but also Brett Bielema has had awesome things to say about Dane Eisenbinger as well. So what are you hearing? What have you seen? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you would think in theory who wins that QB2 job, I mean, there could be a chance in 2027 that they're the quarterback, and I don't want to guarantee that just because realistically in college football, the transfer portal has dominated by transfer quarterbacks. You look at the college football playoff last year, Trinidad Chambliss, Carson Beck, Julian Sainz, a transfer. Like, they're all transfers. Illinois, every quarterback since 2019 has been a transfer, but this is also the most talented prep group that Brett Bielema's had. So Carson Boyd's a different kind of quarterback than Michael Clayton. They have very, very different styles. Michael Clayton's 6'3", can just absolutely gun it, smooth in the pocket, and then Carson Boyd was a very accurate passer in high school. But he's 5'11", runs more probably an up-tempo spread offense. He could be like what Barry Lunny had at UTSA. So I think it's too early to tell, and I'm going to be honest, when we go to these football availabilities, we see the first 30 minutes of them throwing it 30 yards down the field and not a lot of tight coverage. Like, we're not seeing what the coaches are seeing. So I still think it's a little bit early. I do think we will get an answer by the end of camp. But I think it is between those two. They are very, very different skill sets, but both talented, high 3-star players. With Dane Eisenberger, it's been awesome hearing the good stuff about him. And I'm happy that he was given an opportunity to go there, because he could have gone to other D1 schools like Eastern Illinois. I was told Kent State or Akron offered him a scholarship late. So he had MAC and Division I offers, and he's taking a chance going to Illinois. And he just got there, so Michael Clayton's been there for an extra 7 months. Carson Boyd's been there for an extra year and a half, essentially. But, I mean, what Brett said about Dane was impressive, and we've seen Dane's stats. I mean, he was a dual-threat guy at Unity, big rocket arm, so just got to keep developing and see where that goes.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis at 7. Carson Gordy from Fox, Illinois, and WICS-TV on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Carson, we got a month to go until the season starts, and UAB comes to town. And I got to ask you about Mega Scoreboard Watch 2026. That's what I'm calling it as of right this very moment. You've churned out some good content and done some fun updates on this monstrosity that will cover so much of Geese Memorial Stadium in the new scoreboard. But being serious about, like, what does it add really to the game day experience? Is there an intimidation factor that I'm not thinking of when it comes to a giant scoreboard, sir?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I know it's huge. I know it's part of that big donation. I think for the game day experience, it would be good video, and I think maybe they'll have more movie nights here. And this is totally separate. I just remember when Sam Levitt was getting recruited, Tennessee let him play video games on the big screen. And I think that almost sealed the deal before Lane Kiffin upped his offer. So I think there's a lot of creative things that they can do with it, and I think it has brought a lot of PR to Illinois.
Sure.
All of a sudden, Chicago news stations are coming down and doing it. I met Scott Dochman of The Athletic, where I was talking to him. He was coming in on a Friday to do the story about the scoreboard and stuff. So I definitely think it is bringing a lot of public relations for Illinois, and I'm interested to see it on Saturday. I mean, what David Mirkovich wants, David gets. He wants everybody on that screen, he's getting it. As for the NIL deal, so he didn't transfer. No,
I know you are.
But,
careful now, careful. Somebody will run with that.
Yeah, exactly. In this day of, clipping media sound bites. But, no, I've actually never seen Airbud. Fun fact. And I love golden retrievers. I got one at home, but it should be fun. And I think it's going to be absolutely packed. And I'll be there next week if they play Airbud 2 and the other 3 movies that went direct to video.
Yeah.
It should be a good one. And hopefully David's there, and I hope David's doing okay. I saw he's wearing a boot, and there's still 3 months until the first game of the year, so I think everything's going to be okay.
Don't you disrespect Airbud Golden Receiver.
Golden Receiver is what
like
he was.
That.
Yeah.
So,
Golden Receiver, yes.
I'm pretty shocking that they didn't play that. That's how you know this is a David NIL deal, because they're playing Airbud and not Golden Retriever.
Right, they're doing the basketball one and not
the football one
on the football.
And spoiler
screen,
alert, I think a lot of rules are broken in the movie. I don't think it would actually work in real life.
Turns out dogs can't travel, Carson. I don't know if you. And when I say that, I mean they can't travel on a basketball court. They can travel all over town.
Exactly.
Though. Yeah. Well, this is the hard-hitting breakdown that people listen to us for.
God.
Carson, I got a couple more for you, but let's kind of keep them a little bit. You know what? Do what you want. Nobody's paying attention. I'm fascinated when we look at this defense, which we're going to do a little bit of a breakdown later on in this show. But when you see some of the guys who have moved from linebacker to defensive line, from defensive line to linebacker, and a little bit interchangeable between the two, is there a name that you're watching that you're like, oh, man, I'm really excited to see what this guy can do now because I think this system fits him better?
Yeah, they're talking about Grant Bierman's going to have just a big role in this kind of defense. You know, he's a taller guy, a little bit lankier, but great speed. And people forget he was the top-rated recruit from that 2025 class. Like, Brett Bielema sealed the deal for him to get there. They were having hour phone calls all the time to make sure that he was here. So Grant Bierman actually didn't redshirt last year. He played in a lot of games for special teams in other areas. So right now he's wearing a green shirt, but if he's healthy, I mean, he's a second-year player who could be huge in a 3-3-5 defense. And the other name we're hearing is Will Holmes, the former minor league baseball player, and he's all business. You know, they're moving him down the line. They're putting his hand down, and Illinois is hoping to get a big pass rush because they're replacing a lot with Gabe Ackes. It seemed like Gabe at times had a monopoly on the sacks and pressures. I mean, he had 11.5 sacks last year. So Barna, Holmes, those are going to be huge names, you know, off the edge. I think those are the guys to watch out for.
Carson, I've got one more for you, but it involves the offense. We've talked so much this offseason about the defense, and understandably so. And the overriding theme that I hear from people that cover the Illini or that we talk about here is there doesn't seem to be much concern about the offense as there would be for the defense. One of the things in the Lunny offense that Illini fans have wanted to see is some sort of an explosive tight end role in that offense. Christian Abney is going to be talking with the media tomorrow. I would love to ask you about the Ball State transfer and maybe if you have any expectations for him in this offense in 2026.
Yeah, so, you know, Christian, you know, he's been around for a couple of years, and I think he's been more of an inline blocker. I do think he's in more the mold of Tanner Arkin. He is a former quarterback. We just haven't seen the pass-catching numbers or the moments, you know, but I think he is more of an inline blocker, but I do think right now I would probably say, if I had to guess, he'd probably get the most tight end snaps at this point. I think Caden Fagan has a super high ceiling just as a pass catcher alone, because you're going to have him running out in the flats, you're going to have him running in the end, you know, in the red zone. And some of his best moments as a running back or as a pass catcher. So I think Abney and Caden Fagan they're two guys who both have 2 years left of eligibility. They both made position changes to tight end, so having 2 years with these guys, that's a big deal. And they're both really good guys to interview. And regarding the offense, there's expectations for this offense. Like, Barry Lunny is a very respected offensive coordinator. I think Caden Hauser, there was SEC schools that wanted him. Like, people kind of trust him. He's a fifth year that's all business. Cannot just say enough about the wide receiver room. They're old and experienced, and they're productive. The X factor is going to be the offensive line. They are talented, but there are questions. Is Jake Renfro, you know, who played in a college football playoff, is he going to be healthy? Is Mekhi Matalau, he's a top-ranked junior college guard last year. How do you transition from JUCO to a Big Ten starter right away? Nathan Konopik, really good Music City Bowl. Can you do it for 13 games? Brandon Henderson, he's a returner. Can you do it for 13 games? So that's just going to be the key question. Brett Bielema absolutely loves the names, the talent. You know, he says he spent some good money in the transfer portal to be able to get this offensive line. But it's 4 new guys, so they got to gel. They got to do the consistency, and if they do, and I think they got the potential, this can be a top 6 offense in the Big Ten, and they're going to win a lot of games. So everything kind of revolves around this offensive line because the skill position players are proven. Now the offensive line just has to prove it.
Carson, what are you working on right now, and where can listeners find your work?
Yeah, so just also a lot of high school stuff. I'm actually running a Muhammad Seymour football preview today. I ran a little bit clip yesterday. I got to meet Coach Jay Lehman.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
It was good to catch up with him. So he's the freshman defensive coach. But, yeah, no, we'll be running the team preview just pretty much every single day of high school football previews. It's going to be a fun year. And then just still running, you know, we're covering a lot of MLB. You know, both the Chicago teams are probably going to make the playoffs, so that's super exciting. And probably do a little bit of Bears action here and there. So going to try to pull some strings, do more coverage there. So, again, just a nice buffet of sports and also a ton of Illini coverage. You can find me on Facebook if you just type in my name, Carson Gordy, or you can find me on Twitter at Gordy Report.
All right, brother. Great talking to you. Looking forward to doing it again next week, all right?
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
You got it. That is Carson Gordy from Fox, Illinois, and WICS TV, covering the Illini, covers all the local high school sports as well, and does a fantastic job. And if you want to see the video of Carson dropping that infamous kick that we were mentioning. Well, I retweeted that as well. I'm
Nice.
full of retweets today, Evan
Nice.
Stone.
Yeah.
217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. We're football heavy today. We're going to get in the next hour. We'll do some positional breakdown stuff. But before we do that, it's become my favorite segment so far leading up to the new season of Illinois football. Evan Stone's Random Illini Football Players of the Day. That's next on The Drive.
Look, honey, great deal on kitchen appliances. Man, oh man, this is a can't miss opportunity. I'm getting the car keys.
Whoa, big fella. What store is this?
It's the membership store. You know, the one where you can buy 60 rolls of toilet paper shrink wrapped to a pallet?
Those memberships are expensive. What do they know about kitchen appliances?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you don't need a membership.
It's Paul Regan from Dick Van Dyke.
So, who gets the best deals?
Everyone. Plus, we have award-winning service to take care of you years after the sale. No membership required.
This membership store has to have service. I mean, they're so big. They sell groceries.
Nope, no service at the membership store.
You're right, no service department.
Too risky to buy there.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World gives you award-winning service from sales to install to repairs, no membership fees, and the guaranteed best deal.
Impressive. How did you find our house?
Appliance guy intuition.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
When I see Coldwell Banker, can I expect that from agents? Is that a you philosophy or is that a company philosophy?
We have a great culture in our office. Our culture is one of serving. So I think you'll find that with most of our agents, but you know, it really is a highlight for us to be able to serve our clients well, because we don't want to just sell one house or help them buy one house and never do another deal with them or never talk to them again. We want to be involved in their lives.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter, and they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133, and my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands. You can count on my company because you can count on me.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
Tommy Boilermaker. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan Stone, Quintern the intern here, and that is Tommy McClendon at his intro presser for Purdue, their new AD. He, dare I say, he pulled a Pierce the Fierce there. You know Pierce. But Pierce knows Indiana won the national championship last year. I got to quit picking on Pierce.
Do you think they were like, Tommy, quick, cut a promo?
I used to be a professional wrestler.
Maybe he didn't. That was really good.
Thank you. Did you like that?
Maybe he doesn't watch football. Maybe he doesn't know anything about football. They just hired him.
Maybe he's thinking basketball. Maybe. What else has Purdue had some success with over the years? Not football. Basketball. Baseball ever any good? We need our guy,
I don't know,
Jimmy Zabisky, to be on with us and talk about this. Jimmy knows all this stuff about Purdue athletics.
Yeah. So in this Cubs game, so they're going into the top of the ninth. Blue Jays up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it on 105.9, our sister station. They finally take Dylan Cease out. He finishes with a 2-hitter, 10 strikeouts, goes 7 innings, blah, blah, blah. But I was looking at the scoring because I didn't get to watch any of it. And in the first inning, the Blue Jays scored, Okamoto scored on a disengagement violation. Is that the official term for a balk? A disengagement violation?
Quintern, this is where you intern that. I got to tell you.
I've never heard that phrase.
I've never heard it either.
Ever before.
This is where I'm waiting on like Lindy on the text line to be like, yeah, come on, you idiots. This is what it is. No, Quinn, I'm sorry. What is it?
Oh, no, you're good. When a pitcher steps off the pitcher's rubber or attempts to pick off 3 times during a single batter's plate appearance without recording an out.
Oh, so is that a new
I don't know
rule
if this
then?
is new.
Sounds like
so if you try to pick someone off 3 times in the same at bat,
then they get to walk.
They get to go.
Yeah.
Or the people on base get to go.
It's like a super balk.
So that's how the Blue Jays scored in the first inning.
2023 rule change.
Okay. Disengagement violation.
That was my nickname in high school. What a weird thing. What a weird coincidence.
Hey, did you see so USC, their rookie wide receiver came in, and he's killing it in workouts. Booby Feaster.
I did see that.
That was also my nickname in high school, and you know that.
Self-appointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see Booby Feaster on the field this year.
My man.
It's gonna be a good year.
Does it matter where you see Booby Feaster play?
I really don't give a daggum where we play.
I didn't think so. No.
Yeah.
No. Scott and Terre Haute mentions the Purdue AD upset the alumni. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I know a couple that already think he's a clown. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I might be in that pool as well, Scott. That's not a good look to start. You know what is a good look, Evan Stone?
What's that?
You know what is a good look, buddy?
Tell
Let
me.
Tell you. I'll tell you right now. It is our random Illini football players of the day. This is where Evan breaks them down. Everybody can have the superstar names, but not Evan Stone. He finds the blast from the past, lets you know how tall they are, and then Quinn and I will find out what they're doing for a living now. Football's just a month away, baby. Can't wait. All right, it's August 6th. Who are we starting with, Evan?
Ladies and gentlemen, coming in standing at 6 foot, 195 pounds.
Ooh.
He's from Chicago, Illinois. Number 6, Chris James. Chris James.
Do you remember Chris James, Quinn?
Of course not.
Of course not. Continue.
Oh, come on. Chris James was rated the number 127th recruit in the nation by ESPN.com in 2005. He was a 4-star, one of the best recruits, shows up at Illinois. Freshman year, plays in 11 games, started the Final Four, caught 5 passes, 76 yards, 15 yards per catch for the season, had a career day against Northwestern. Unfortunately, injuries showed up. Redshirted the 2007 season with an injury, struggled with injuries in 2008, but he was a quintessential teammate. Never really took off on the field. In 2009, he caught 4 passes for 61 yards, including a 37-yard reception over the shoulder. It was beautiful against Michigan. That was the Halloween game where Illinois...
The Halloween game.
Terry Hawthorne chase down game.
Buddy. Yes.
Yes, he caught a 37-yard pass. It was beautiful. In 2010, his senior year, he made a start, played in 10 games, awarded the I Believe Key Contributor Award at the annual postseason banquet. Ladies and gentlemen, number 6, what could have been Chris James. And I know what he's doing now.
What's he up to these days?
He is coaching football at his alma mater, Morgan Park High School.
Hey. Now, he's not the only Chris James in Illini history, sir. Did you know that?
Yeah, didn't we have, was there a defensive?
D-back, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, well, gosh, that's been 10 years ago now, which makes me feel extra old because your Chris James that you mentioned, that's 20 years ago. Maybe every 10
years.
Maybe every 10 years we get a Chris James. Is there a Chris James on the roster this year? Quinn,
No,
you're going to have to
that's-
look that up.
Well, every 2 years we get an Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, we get an Isaiah Williams
Yeah.
every 2 years, but I'm
Yeah, that
curious
keeps
if we
coming.
get a Chris James every
Chris
10
James,
years.
uber talented, had so much athleticism and skill. Unfortunately, like I said, injuries it just never took off. He had a career total of 7 catches, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. But I was a big Chris James fan.
I was a big Rick James fan, you know?
What?
Charlie Murphy. Moving along.
Coming in standing at 6'3".
I don't know why that gets me every time.
215 pounds. He's from Terre Haute, Indiana.
No. Scott?
He is not only the greatest punter in Illinois football history.
Now we're talking.
He is also the most jacked Illinois punter. Maybe punter ever. Ladies and gentlemen,
He's
number
huge.
37, Steve Weatherford. He's the Illinois career punt leader in average yards at 43.5 yards per punt. He's also punted more than any other. Those were bad teams that he was on. He punted more than any other punter.
He punted a lot.
He had a single game punt average, the greatest in Illinois football history, at 53.2 yards per punt on October 9th, 2004. He was an All-American honorable mention, 2005 second team All-Big Ten, 2005 Ray Guy semifinalist, 2004 first team All-Big Ten, 2004 Ray Guy semifinalist, 2003 honorable mention All-Big Ten. What did he do? He only went to the NFL, won some Super Bowls with the Giants.
Sure did.
And kept working out. Ladies and gentlemen, number 37, Steve Weatherford.
And I could be mistaken. Someone could correct me. I think he is the only former Illini player to be on the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine as well, by the way. I think that's it. I think it's just Weatherford who has that. Can you think of anyone else?
You mean Steve Weatherford?
Yeah. What did I say?
Did you say Jeff?
No.
Did I hear Jeff?
I thought he said Steve.
I said Steve, you weirdo.
I'm reading Warren Sharp Twitter. I don't really know what's going on right now.
He just doesn't pay attention to anything, including his own bits.
It's really possible. Yeah, listen. It's really possible that what's his face was on it too.
Yeah, that guy. Well, what's his nuts? That dude. The guy played defense.
Yeah.
Might have played offense too.
Yeah.
But not Steve Weatherford.
No.
Steve
Weatherford was.
Wait,
if I'm going to Google image anyone, it's Steve Weatherford.
Do you know how many playoff games he got to play in his career? Ballpark it. Because, by the way,
23.
He not that many, but he was a part of that Saints run.
I was about to say he went to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's where he started. That's who drafted him, were the Saints. So he was a part of that Drew Brees run in 2006, and then they ran into the Bears in the NFC Championship game. But 11 career postseason games for Weatherford, including the Super Bowl run with the Giants.
Was he in was he on both Giants Super Bowl teams?
Or
just the first one?
Just the first one, I believe. I believe
He
ended
wasn't
up,
still there in 10?
He was a Jet in 10. He was a Jet, and then he left them as a free agent and got like a 4 or 5 year deal, 4-year deal, I think, with the, and he ended his career with the Jets. He went back, but I don't remember if that was a backup role. I feel like he got hurt. I remember Weatherford getting hurt somewhere in there.
Worked out too much.
Probably. And then ended up on the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine.
Do you remember another random Illini with the Jets, Jeff Cumberland, when he tripped someone on the kickoff return?
I do remember that play.
Wasn't that great?
That's a good pull. Yeah.
Big moment.
Is it good? Is it a great thing that he did that? It's kind of like a James Harden thing to do.
He wasn't even dressed. Like he was injured. He was just on the sideline in street clothes, and he's like, "They can't score this.
Nah,
nobody will notice.
Nobody will notice.
Foot out.
Might as well." 217-359-2255 for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Good stuff, man. Good stuff with the random Illini players of the day. News coming up in just a moment. We'll do some Illinois football position breakdown. We got to talk a little more baseball as well. So lots to get to. It's ESPN 93.5. This is The Drive. It's time for news.
Trying to stop birth tourism. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
Wealthy people are building businesses around birthright citizenship. That's not the way it's supposed to work. It's a disgrace. They're buying their way in, and we're not going to let it happen.
President Trump signed an executive order in the Oval Office just a short time ago aimed at ending birth tourism, the practice of foreign nationals traveling to the U.S. to give birth and obtain citizenship for their children.
We had a very unfortunate decision in the Supreme Court concerning birthright. It was close, but a very, very unfortunate decision. So we're making adjustments.
And it comes after the Supreme Court ruled in June that his broader effort to end birthright citizenship was unconstitutional. So now he's taking a more narrow approach, also signing an order seeking to end citizenship to some children born to U.S. And foreign diplomatic staff. And that could possibly expand to U.S. territories. Critics say the policy could also be unconstitutional. President Trump's warning Tehran, if it does not make a deal, the U.S. will hit Iran hard. Fox's Steve Harrigan has more from Tel Aviv.
Some Iranian officials are saying they could be close to a deal with Oman for the free regulation of shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Violence in the region could get in the way. The Houthis once again attacked 2 Saudi oil tankers. They also killed 38 government soldiers in Yemen, so they could be facing retaliation.
And Iran's Tasnim news agency reports 2 explosions on Qasem Island today, and sources link those to operations against what Iran described as hostile drones or vessels near the strait. That report has not been independently verified. And investors took a breather after the Dow posted 3 back-to-back records. The Dow fell 464 points today, and the S&P 500 and NASDAQ also losing ground. America's listening to Fox News.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
1 week after answering no questions at a Senate COVID hearing.
All he had to do was tell the truth. More than 100 times, though, he refused.
Committee Chair Senator Rand Paul says Dr. Anthony Fauci already had a Biden pardon for the COVID response.
More than 1 million Americans died from COVID. Many of them died alone. Workers were forced to choose between a mandate and a job they needed. Businesses closed and never reopened. Children lost years of school they will never get back.
And the committee approved a resolution today to hold Fauci in contempt of Congress. That approval along party lines, and the committee will refer that to the Justice Department. Republican Mitch McConnell has been discharged from a hospital, but he is not ready to return to the Senate.
Kentucky Republican Mitch McConnell says he was discharged from a rehabilitation center and will continue his recovery at home. But on the advice of doctors, McConnell says he'll maintain an intensive regimen of physical therapy during the August recess and engage with staff and colleagues on important Senate business. McConnell has been absent from the Senate since June, when he was hospitalized after a fall left him briefly unconscious. He was also treated for pneumonia. The 84-year-old's health has raised calls for more transparency and even his resignation. McConnell's term ends at the end of the year. He is not running for re-election. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And firefighters are battling to contain those fast-moving wildfires in Washington State. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles.
We have been very, very fortunate with the evacuations on these first complex of fires. We do not want to put people back back at risk. This is going to be a longer process. I want our citizens to know that as soon as we can let them back into their homes safely, we will.
I'm Carmen Roberts, and this is Fox News.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes, where we love tech, especially tech that takes it to another level. Sony has just raised the bar for next-level video with true RGB. Red, green, and blue. That's all it stands for. But what makes it stand out is that each pixel contains all three colors, each controlled individually. It takes massive processing to do that, and Sony has the best processors. So you get the color range of QD OLED, the brightness of Mini LED, plus the contrast and viewing angle of OLED rolled into one stylish chassis. I saw a demo of just the backlighting of a Sony RGB versus the competition. Even with no panel, the Sony was watchable. The other guys were just blobs of light. With the panel, the Sony picture was sharper and more nuanced. So real you could step right into the screen. If you want sports and movies to look real, come to Good Vibes and see the Sony True RGBs. The Bravia 7s are surprisingly affordable, and the Bravia 9s have the best ever anti-glare solution. Sony True RGB is the new sheriff in TV Town.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust, fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, this is Michelle Lake with the Philo Exchange Bank. At Philo Exchange Bank, we believe that banking should feel personal. Whether you bank online or stop in to see our friendly team, we're here to support your financial goals every step of the way. Visit us at any one of our locations in Philo, St. Joseph, Allerton, Broadlands, or our newest branch in Tolono.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Horizon Hobbies RC Fest is coming Saturday, August 29th to Eli Field in Monticello. Discover new ways to enjoy your RC hobby with a full day of activities, including the food vendors, concessions, plenty of opportunities to fly, drive, crawl, and explore, and check out the deals at the on-site hobby store. Saturday, August 29th at Eli Field in Monticello from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fly it, drive it, crawl it, live it. Visit HorizonRCFest.com.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. This is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Quintern, the intern in studio, helping us sound good. Quinn, you want to do some board op work today? You want to take over the mothership?
Of course I do.
All right, well, we'll have you do that here in just a moment. Because that's how you got to learn, Quinn.
It's true.
We can't do any worse than Pierce did yesterday.
I get
You're
better
gonna learn today.
as I do more. Hands-on experience is important, guys.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate
fantastic. I know, though, that you're really concerned about the Chicago Cubs right now.
I am really concerned.
How's it going for your beloved Cubbies?
Not great. 2 outs, PCA on second, Alex Bregman, 1-2 count. at the plate.
In the 9th?
In the bottom of the 9th. Yes.
Home run coming. No problem.
Oh, no way. Oh, no way, no way, no way, no way. No way! Oh!
Did I just tell you
Is
what
it
happened?
gone? I told you he was going to homer.
What do you mean?
Go, baby.
What do you mean? I just said he was going to homer.
Literally sitting on the couch. I said he's going to earn it. He's going to homer.
No, I'm doing actual work.
I said it first.
While you're fiddly farting around on the couch or whatever. You're always on the couch when you're here.
I got children on the couch.
I thought that was impossible.
I literally just said, let the record show. Oh, he's going to hit a homer right here. There's your intro for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
So there you go. 2-2 tie now in the bottom of the 9th for the
Yeah,
Cubs. You
that
can find
was
that on
incredible.
our sister station, US 105. There you go. I'll play a little Dracula for you.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, let the record show that I called that. I don't know what you're
Okay.
wooing about. I literally said, he's going to hit a homer right now.
Quinn.
And then it happened.
Didn't I tell you, sitting over there, I said Bregman was going to homer?
You did.
Oh, well, I didn't hear him say that.
Because you don't ever
also
listen
said
to
that.
me.
You both did. You both called
Why
it.
would I listen to you?
And if it's on anyone, it's on me because I didn't think it was possible.
Why? Yeah. Why would anyone listen to Evan Stone? Come on. Why would we do that? 217-359-2255. That's your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line.
I do have two things.
Yes, sir.
Because that is the text line. Now that this has happened and we're happier. Going into extras now. Who was the last out there? Who's going to be on second for the Cubs?
Well, Ian Happ just got out, so.
All right, he's a good base runner.
Yeah.
I texted y'all last night.
You did?
That the Cubs. Well, I texted you, Quinn. I didn't text you.
Oh, this is I said he's got to defend his position today.
I said the Cubs are going to win the Central.
He said that last night.
Really?
Repeat that, sir.
I said last night the Chicago Cubs are going to win the NL Central. And I had reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you...
not chasing the wild card.
And I'm going to come back to these reasons in 5 seconds.
In 5 seconds. Oh, I can't. 1,001, 1,002. He's got to gather his thoughts. 1,003, 1,004, 1,005.
And he's back.
Okay, so I'm back. Quinn, can I ask you for help?
Yeah.
Can you sign my daughter's iPad
Yeah, I
into
can.
tablet into
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi? Take that to Quinn.
Bring it
Hey, this is real. This is live radio, folks. So, all right. So I texted y'all, and this was not just like we swept the Dodgers. We're going to do it. I started doing kind of a deep dive into Brewers Pirates. Brewers Cubs, because the Brewers are playing the Pirates.
Yes.
And I thought, man, it just really feels like the last several weeks, man, the Brewers have had an easy schedule. And so I started looking it up. The last 5 series that the Brewers and the Cubs played in. So if you go back to July 20th, these are the past 5 series for both teams. On July 20th, the Cubs were 7 games back. The Brewers played the Mets, the Rockies, the Giants, the Angels, and the Pirates. That's a combined record of 241 and 331. In the same time period, the Cubs played the Tigers, the Pirates, the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Dodgers. That's a combined record of 301 and 270. Those are different 5 series.
I agree. Yeah.
And as of this moment, the Cubs are 5 games back. So in those series, you not only held serve with the Brewers, you gained games in a much tougher 5 weeks.
So where's the flip happen?
So this is where I'm going, is that Milwaukee now is about to go into a tough schedule. They still got to go out west. They got to go to LA for 4 games. They got to go to San Diego. They got to go to Seattle. They got a tough schedule. They still have to play 7 games with the Cubs.
Yeah.
4
Scott,
games at Wrigley.
Thank you, Scott and Terre Haute, for bringing that up as well. Yeah, he's right. You're both right. Yep. So you got.
Yeah. So there's a lot of now. Listen, I'm not saying this with any sort of delusions that it's a given. It's still a big mountain for the Cubs to climb. This is why that whatever losing streak they went on was huge. But the Cubs are playing better baseball right now than the Brewers. I think there's also a little bit of I think the Brewers came out of the trade deadline a little bit discouraged. I think they were frustrated. The Cubs came out of the trade deadline thinking, okay, we get some of these guys back, and with the guys we brought in, we're encouraged.
Yeah, when you hear the phrase, this team won the offseason or this team won the trade deadline, the Cubs are certainly in that conversation without getting Subal, and that's because of the pitching that they brought in. A mass influx of talent and arms that you needed. And I keep joking, it's like they brought in a whole new starting staff. I mean, that's not that extreme, but you brought in 4 new pitchers. I mean, that's pretty.
Well, listen, you bring in 4 new pitchers, and then you look at the IL that we've been joking about all year.
Yeah,
but you get 4-ish legit pitchers that possibly could come back from that. You are talking about an entirely new rotation. And one of the things that I don't think enough people are talking about with this Gausman trade is that I think sometimes people forget he was a legit closer for the Yankees.
He was, yeah.
And if you need, let's say you get a crowded rotation or whatever, and listen, I know Webb's been playing great. Palencia is supposed to come back. But let's say you get into a playoff series and you need a closer. You just switch him back over there. Like, there's a lot of potential for this lineup. Now, that being said, a lot of that potential, the height of that potential is if they come back.
So you're going through your evidence of how the Cubs are going to win the NL Central. That they're not going to just chase the wild card. They're going to find a way to win the Central. So what else you got? What other information you got? Because you sent quite a bit to me in that text message, sir.
Well, I was just looking at schedules upcoming. And actually, sorry. The Cubs are 5.5. I gave them a half game. Sorry, they're 5.5 back right now. Technically 6 because the Brewers already won today. If the Cubs can pull this back off, you're back at 5.5. So you gained a game and a half when you were in maybe your toughest stretch, and they were in maybe their easiest stretch. So if you look at what the Cubs have coming up here, you get this one-off with Toronto, which I said it's frustrating. You got Dylan Cease. Then you play Kansas City, Washington, St. Louis, and the White Sox. Okay?
Is that still the BP Classic? Continue. I'm joking.
I don't know. Wasn't there? Have they done the Field of Dreams game yet this year?
That's soon if they haven't yet. Quinn, has it already happened last week?
Do we know who's playing in it?
It's I want to say it's like the Twins and the Yankees or something like that.
Of course.
Twins are in it for sure.
Of course, yeah. When I think of, Field of Dreams and Iowa.
I feel like Washington might have. I can't remember.
I think Twins and Yankees.
Who is it now?
Oh, shoot. No, Phillies. Twins and Phillies.
There you go.
Yeah, that's who I think of.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly who you think of, I'm sure.
Cheesesteaks and cornfields, baby. But continue. Continue.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer just going on a rant. My computer just froze.
Likely story.
Nope. Here we go. So now the Brewers just finished a 4-game series with Pittsburgh. They took 3 of 4. They play Minnesota at home. Not that tough. They go to San Diego, 4 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. They play against Seattle. They play against Atlanta. They go to New York, Texas, and then 4 games at Chicago. I mean, that's a little bit tougher. So let's say in the next 2 weeks you take that 5.5 game deficit and you bring it to 3.5. You gain 2 games as they go out to LA and you go to Kansas City. And then they come to Chicago for 4 games. As the great philosopher Samuel L. Jackson once said, hold on to your butts.
He did say that once.
I'm just saying it's going to get interesting, and if the Cubs come back and win the Central, I will not be shocked even a little bit.
Pierce, what do you think about Samuel L. Jackson?
I don't even know who you're talking about, dude.
Now, I also, in my pure petty mode, before I even got into all of this, since 2017, the Brewers have won the NL Central 5 times. Okay? They've gone to the playoffs 7 times. So twice as a wild card, 5 times as the division winner. Do you know how many playoff series the Brewers have won since 2017? 7 playoff appearances. How many series?
I mean, 1 for sure off the top of my head because it just happened. I don't know. I'll say 2.
They've won 2 playoff series.
Yeah.
They beat the Cubs last year, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And they swept the Rockies in 2017.
Bums.
They've won 11 playoff games and 7 playoff appearances. Not good. Do you know how many playoff series the Cubs in that same time span have 1 division title, 3 playoff runs? Do you know how many series they've won?
2. Yeah. I knew that one for sure.
They've won 8 playoff games.
2.
So in 4 more playoff experiences, the Brewers have only won 3 more playoff games than the Cubs.
Now, here's one for you. Who was managing the Brewers during their postseason run?
Well, unfortunately, it was Craig Counsell.
Yeah, it was Craig freaking Counsell. That's exactly who it was. Yeah.
So
to the Balkans,
I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm real petty about the Brewers. And what makes it more frustrating to me is that they keep doing this. They dominate the regular season, and then they tinkle down their legs.
Well, they will. That'll happen.
When they get to the playoffs.
That'll happen.
It's like, at least do something with it.
I know.
Good grief.
I know that this Brewers team is built to win the NL Central. I don't think it's built to win a World Series.
No.
I agree with you 100% on that.
No.
I don't think they're built to win the World Series.
I don't think they're built to go to a championship series.
Could be.
So I think between the Cubs and the Brewers right now, yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, 5.5 games back. It'll be tough climb. I still think the Cubs are better built for a playoff run than the Brewers are.
217-359-2255. Good stuff from you, man. Now, don't dismiss it. Don't dismiss what you did, because you really did a nice deep dive into the division, into the schedules, because you're like, man, I'm just petty against those Brewers. No. I said state your case, and you did so on the text line very well, and you did it even text messages with us.
Yeah, Curtis and I actually text back and forth on the Max Twin City Recycling
That's really
text line.
how it's me, you, and Diane. We just text each other on the text line the whole time. Yeah. Rob and St. Joe, Brewers are the 90s Braves. Ooh.
I feel, Rob, did you text that in last week or something when Curtis wasn't here? Because you sent that, and I was like, oh, my goodness.
That's a pretty apt comparison. That's a good one.
Except
the Braves got one.
I was pretty young then, so we really have to. Were the 90s Braves spending money? Like, they had some names.
I mean, they
right?
had the best pitching rotation. When people talk about this rotation with the Dodgers, immediately it makes me go back to that Braves group of the 90s with Smoltz and Glavine and Maddox, because they were just, to me, untouchable. So that was the group, and then you throw in some of the bats they had.
That's the one difference, is that the 90s Braves, I think, still had some dudes where you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
The Brewers are just doing this with guys that are just under the radar. Maybe, Contreras and Christian Yelich, sure. But there's not a lot of other guys on that Brewers team that you're like, they're one of the baseball greats.
It's an interesting comparison. It's I can't say that I disagree necessarily with Rob and St. Joe, but the Braves did get one in the 90s, and I don't think the Brewers have had a sniff yet, and I don't think they're going to with this crew. I just don't. I don't think they're built to win it all. 217-359-2255 for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. So I know that you and Quinter, the intern, most certainly have some Cubs fever going on, but I got to tell you, the Redbird fans, and we are the flagship for Cardinals baseball. If you were listening last night, you know how things went for the Cardinals against those stinking New York Yankees. Here is your Redbird recap on the drive.
The Redbird recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
I'm John Rooney. Last night, J.J. Weatherholt gave the Cardinals a lead in the 5th inning. There's a swing and a fly ball center field. That sends Grisham back. Grisham is back at the track, and the ball's off the wall. The Cardinals are going to get 2 runs out of the double by Weatherholt. That kept carrying and carrying over the head of Trent Grisham. And Weatherholt drives in, runs 42 and 43, 2-0 Cardinals with 2 outs in the 5th. He was followed by a double from Cardinal catcher Ivan Herrera, 3-0 Cardinals. The Yankees scored on a bases-loaded walk in the 6th, had opportunities to either tie or take the lead, but the Cardinal bullpen bent and did not break. The win to Palante, 12-6. Will Warren, the loser, 8-6. Riley O'Brien with his 27th save. The Cardinals went 3-3 on their road trip through Toronto and New York, and will play Colorado at home tomorrow night at 7:15.
Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair is offering 50% off labor on qualifying projects.
If you're seeing cracks, leaks, or sinking concrete around your home, don't wait. Let the Helitech experts identify the problem and provide proven solutions to protect your home and your investment. Call Helitech or visit helitechonline.com to schedule your free inspection today.
Heal your home with Helitech.
We're talking with Riley Kachaturian, realtor with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. Do you envision being friends with the people that you close houses with? I mean, does that keep going?
Oh, absolutely. I love getting to check back in with them a couple weeks after, a couple months after, a year later. It's a really cool part that we get to stay with them and be a resource for them, but also to get to be a friend.
All right, as a real estate agent, it's kind of a 24/7. You're thinking about stuff. You got to make this call. You got to check on these questions, and that's okay?
Yeah, I think it's a job that really is kind of a lifestyle. People are trusting you with something really big, and so you want to be available, be ready when they have a question or they're freaking out about something. I want to be the person they text so I can reassure them or provide information.
Riley, how can people reach you?
They can find me online at rkachaturian.coldwellhomes.com or via phone 217-552-5055.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians. I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com. The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Hope you're having a great one. Appreciate you spending some time with us. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That is Evan. Quintern, the intern in studio. She's having a crisis because her beloved Cubs are in extra innings right now.
They can't pull it out. I don't know what's going on.
We go to the 11th now on our sister station, US 105.9, still tied at 2 in extras. And
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What does that have to do with G?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
There we go.
What's the breaking news sound?
That one.
I'm literally playing G-Thing. What else do you need?
Adam Schefter just tweeted 2 minutes ago. 3-time Pro Bowl selection Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions reached an agreement today on a 3-year, $67.5 million deal that could be worth up to $75.75 million, includes $51.5 million guaranteed, now making him the NFL's highest paid running back. Bijan Robinson held that title for a day.
For 1 day.
1 day.
2 days. Was it yesterday or 2 days? Whatever.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Got it for 1 day. So Jahmyr Gibbs gets $51.5 million guaranteed, now making him the second highest. No, it was 2 days ago because, Quinn, you were here.
Was I here?
Because Jahmyr Gibbs is now the second highest in guaranteed money as a running back behind
Deer in headlights.
I told you this on Monday.
Tell me this. I don't remember.
out there.
Or Tuesday.
Oh, no. What? On the tip of my tongue.
We use the word Oski.
Jeremiah Love.
Love. Oh,
Jeremiah
yeah.
Love, the rookie running back, has the highest
You're
guaranteed
right.
money contract
You're
of any NFL running back at, I think it's $52 or $53 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
But Jahmyr Gibbs, he gets paid. David Montgomery gets shipped off, and they said, Gibbs, here's the truck.
Just wait till Mighty Manungai gets his payday in a couple of years, my
Is
friend.
he practicing again? Because I really
I
feel
saw
like
he was
he's been
out.
out for the whole.
He was out signing autographs at the very least, and he was dressed. So I think he's. But, on the topic of David Montgomery, I saw a TikTok of him the other day in a Texans uniform, and that just felt wrong. That just felt wrong to me. I still think of him as a Bear. I don't know why. I know he made quite the impact in Detroit, but
well, we're at
forever a Bear to me.
the last hurrah for David Montgomery. He's not many days left in the National Football League, but still going to be a serviceable back.
I like him.
He'll still,
I like him too.
Speaking of serviceable, let's do some Illini positional breakdowns, Evan Stone, because I know you've been looking at the X's and O's. I know that you have some strong thoughts on the upcoming football season, a month away. Chomping at the bit, baby.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll let you pick. Do you want to go? I got 3 position groups I'm going to throw out to you right now.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we can go defensive line, we can go linebacker, or we can go offensive line. What would you like to break down today?
You know what? Let's go D-line, because that is where I have the most question marks. I want your assessment of the defensive line, sir.
Okay, defensive line. If you look at who is remaining coming back from last year, guys that maybe you're a little bit excited to see what they can do. The first one you got is Demetrius John, who's he's a sophomore, 6'3", 290 pounds. And then you have Isaiah White. Now, I was very excited to see Isaiah White play football. I'm a little nervous now because what they did last year is they bulked him up like crazy to play in the defensive system last year. He's 6'2", 335. He's a redshirt freshman. He was a top 15 player in the state of Indiana. I think he might now, unfortunately, be too big for the 335. So we'll see if they slim him back down. We'll see what he does. I was so excited to see him, though.
You think?
But transfers...
I'm sorry. Do you think he is too big to play there?
He's too big for this 3-3-5 system and how they want to play defense.
All right.
Because, and this will be kind of help out with that. When you look at all the transfers that came in, the hot name on the defensive line almost, not quite Sharpied, I guess, but Crayola'd into the starting lineup is Daryl Prater.
Yeah, Prater's the name.
So he transfers in from Jacksonville State. He's a senior. He's 6'3" at the nose tackle position, right in the center of that defensive line, right over the head of the center. He's 6'3", 305. So Isaiah White is 30 pounds heavier than Daryl Prater, and Daryl Prater is what they're looking for in that spot. Now, that's not to say that Isaiah White still doesn't have a role. I think he can be really big on, when you get down in the goal line, you get short distances, you just need some weight, you need some size on that line. But when you're looking at how they want to roll this 3-3-5, and one of the things that I think is a big testament to this is the fact that they have now, once again, moved Will Holmes from linebacker to defensive line. And I'm excited to see what he can do there as a quick twitch, kind of a smaller tweener. But you look at the rest of the defensive line, another transfer that comes in is Carter Janke. He transfers in from Penn. Last 2 years at Penn, he had 82 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, 11 quarterback hurries. Now he transfers in. He's going to be one of those edge pieces, and I'm excited to see what he can do, but it doesn't sound like he's penciled into the starting lineup, which surprised me.
See, I penciled Carter in as if you look at a depth chart for a 3-3-5, it's going to say that he is a D tackle. He's an end. He's going to be in the end spot, kind of like Joe Barna or whomever's going to be on the opposite side of Prater. But I I'm fascinated by that. If he's not necessarily the starter, then who is, sir?
Well, I think you're going to look at the bookends of one, Joe Barna, which we've talked about a lot. It's Joe's time to shine. This is his spot to step up, to take this defense. He sat behind Gabe Akis for a couple of years. He's learned from Gabe, and now he's got a spot to really cement himself as. Why are you smiling at me over there?
Cute.
Oh, you're watching my kids.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Sorry, thought it was sports related.
No, I
thought the Cubs did something, and you were giving me a smile.
Oh no, I'd be like freaking out. I will tell you though, I don't know if we were on when you said this, but you said you were just about over Dansby Swanson. I know this is off topic, but the only thing that's saving him is his defense. He has made 2 great defensive plays in this inning.
That's what I said. I'm just about over Dansby, and I guess it would be as a hit. I'm almost to the point where it's like, hey, just let the pitcher hit, and we'll DH for Dansby.
That would be something. And something entertaining.
Anyways.
Who would you DH on the defensive line for the fighting lineup?
So Joe Barna, I think we've talked enough about Joe. Everybody knows Joe coming back. It really feels like the other anchored spot is turning out to be Pat Farrell. And Pat Farrell's the guy who maybe we haven't seen a ton of, but Matt and Sydney text this in. Is team speed one of the most important parts of this defensive plan? Yes.
Yeah, that's maybe the biggest part of it.
You need guys on the line and in the linebacker position that can fly all over the field. And a lot of that, and if Big Def is listening, I'd love for you to chime in if you can, is because, and we're going to do this maybe tomorrow, some other time, where I sat down when I was in the hospital. I didn't sit down.
You were laying down. You were laying.
And I watched multiple entire Montana games on the defensive side of the ball from last season, in the playoffs, regular season, how their defense rolled up, what they looked like, and then trying to place Illinois defenders into those positions. And it was fascinating to watch, but it's not a fill holes. It's almost at the front of at the point of attack. You just want to create chaos in different parts of the line. You're not necessarily plugging holes, you're creating chaos. And so what they wanted is a lot of smaller, quicker, twitchier athletes that they're putting in those points of creating chaos. And you need speed, you need agility, you need twitch. And that's why I think maybe Isaiah White got too big. But we'll see. So you're looking at a defensive line starting at least up front in pencil right now. And once again, when you talk about it in pencil, these are guys that you're going to be rotating in and out like crazy. You're going to see a lot of Pat Farrell, but you're also going to see a lot of Carter Jenke. You know, it's like they might be interchangeable. So it might be interchangeable in that sense. But there's some interesting transfers that came in, not just Daryl Prater, but also Connor Sullivan comes in from Washington State. And I'm fascinated by Connor Sullivan. He comes in from Washington State. He's an Illinois kid. So he transferred to Washington State. He redshirts last year. He missed his senior year of high school with an injury where he was out. But as a junior, he had 54 tackles, 12 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks as a junior in high school. He's 6'4", 290 pounds. So he's pretty much the same size as Carter Jenke, but he's a local kid. He's maybe under-recruited because of an injury. I'm not saying this year. I'm excited to see what Connor Sullivan can do on the defensive line. But you also have from Bowling Green, Isaiah Thomason transferred in. He has 2 years of eligibility. He's a projection piece. 12 tackles last year at Bowling Green. 4 tackles for a loss, 3 hurries. He's 6'3", 285 pounds. Dion Williams transfers in, 6'2", 270 pounds from the City College of San Francisco, my favorite college in San Francisco. He had 25 he had 25 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss last year. Joshua Davis at 6'3", 275 from Copia Lincoln Community College. That's my favorite community college with the name Copia in it. He had 7 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks. And then Ian Rea, who I'm telling you might be a name that you're not focused on that might blow up at you this year. He transfers in from Emory and Henry. Not my favorite Henry.
No, or Emory.
No, my grandpa is my favorite Emory.
He's your favorite Emory, yeah.
Yeah, his name's Emory. I know my grandpa because I love my family. So Ian Rea was 6'2", 235 pounds, but at Emory and Henry, he had 136 tackles last year. In his career, 136 tackles, 43 tackles for a loss, 19 sacks, 8 forced fumbles. Now, that's Division II. He's come to the Big Ten, but can he come in and just create havoc in this 3-3-5? Oh, I'm excited to see what he can do. But it looks like you're going to have that front three. Now, and we'll talk about this. When I watched all that Montana film, it's a 3-3-5, right? One play. When you look at their quarterfinal win against South Dakota State, they had one play where they had 3 guys who rushed or were straight up on the line. So every other play of the game, defensive play of the game, they were bringing pressure. They were rolling guys up. It was 3-3-5, but yeah, it really was a 5-man front or a 4-man front. One of those 3 linebackers they almost always had up on the line, or 2 of them up on the line and the side. They were playing in the gaps. They were, I mean, it was a I don't want to say freestyle, but it looked like you had guys who had a lot of, imagine 11 Sidney Browns on the field.
Well, that would be wonderful if that were the case.
That's almost what this game looked like. I'm not saying that's what it's going to be here, because obviously different pieces, different roster. You got to work to your strengths. You're going to do things, you tweak it up a little bit. But they had 11 guys on the field that were moving around, rotating around. They felt comfortable. They knew the system, and it was fun to watch.
How do you feel about, I've seen this word pop up, or this little phrase pop up here and there, about the amoeba defense? That was something that got thrown around a lot like 8-10 years ago in the NFL and kind of crept into college football. Do you see any similarity? Because the amoeba, there was lots of flowing parts between the linebackers and safeties and lots of movement to try to confuse a quarterback.
Real Osmosis Jones.
Yes. That was also my nickname in high school.
Why am I blanking? What was the Bill Murray movie? Was that Osmosis? No.
There was a movie called Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, but what was the Bill Murray movie where he's...
What about Bob?
Where he's sick and it goes inside his body.
Probably Osmosis Jones.
Did the Cubs just win?
That has not. I thought Quinn was like, I know that movie. No.
Of course I know Osmosis Jones.
Cubs just won.
Yeah.
And the Cubs
Fly
also
the W.
just won. But yeah.
Yeah, so Will Holmes coming to the defensive line, I'm very excited about, because he was a bit of a tweener.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the linebackers here in a couple of days, maybe next week, where I'm very excited. I think this system, what it's done to the linebacker room, is maybe what I'm most excited about.
That's what we'll dive into then when we do our next positional breakdown.
Yeah, there's a lot of names and I know Carson brought up Grant Bierman. There's a lot of names that I'm really excited to watch in this new defense.
Without seeing one play, can you give it a grade already? Can you grade your excitement? Let's put that. Can you?
I was about to say, what am I grading?
Grade your excitement about this D-line position, this group, this D-line.
I'm nervous.
Is it a happy nervous?
I don't know how excited I am for the D-line. I'm excited for the linebackers. So D-line, if I were let's say confidence meter 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Right now, maybe a 5.5.
Give him a heater.
And that's just because there's so many questions.
Yeah.
And there's not a single guy on this defensive line at this moment that has produced at a Big Ten level consistently.
There you go.
And that's why there's so many questions. So I'm very hesitant. I'm cautiously optimistic. I trust Coach Bielema. I know he's going to have a lot of say in the defensive philosophy in this. So it's not all everyone's, Bobby Hauck, whatever. It's Coach Bielema still. He's still going to have a lot of say in it. And I trust him. And so we'll see what it looks like. I also know that whenever I play NCAA football 27 and someone shows up with a 3-3-5, I'm like, it's time to eat, baby. So I would have to imagine that's not what this is. Hey, I just pulled in the number 4 recruiting class in the nation.
Oh, in your video game you did?
In the nation.
Way to go. I'm happy for you. Which college were you using?
Illinois.
Oh, good.
But we just won
Whitman.
the national championship, so I think I'm going to leave and accept the head coaching position at Appalachian State.
Whitman, give this guy a job right now.
Yeah.
We know you're listening.
I brought a national title to Illinois. Now I'm going to go ahead and accept a position at a no-name school that's historically sucked.
217-359-2255. That's your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. No, being serious, good stuff. There's a positional breakdown for Illinois football. We'll stick with the defense tomorrow. Talk some linebackers, the position and the group that you're most excited about. Is that fair to say? Most excited about linebackers on this defense. I know safeties.
I think so.
Yeah, safeties are getting a lot of the headlines, but I want to talk linebackers.
Let me throw this out there briefly.
Yes, sir.
Safeties I'm more nervous about. I'm excited. I think there's more of a known commodity.
Because of the names.
Because of the names.
Yeah.
And I have full confidence in them.
Yeah.
There's some injury issues. There's been some sustainability, like how will they hold up for an entire season? And it feels like one of those position groups that we come in like, yeah, that's good. But boy, if something happens or goes wrong or Bailey's shoulder goes out again or he has issues with his wrist, like I get nervous very quick.
And what group on defense can make life easier for safeties, Evan Stone?
That would be the linebackers.
That would be the linebackers. So we'll get into that tomorrow. Quinn is doing cartwheels. Quinn turned the intern because the Cubs just won. So
stole that game.
We might have to give her a moment to just let it out of her system. Coming up next on The Drive.
A swing and a miss, and that's the winner. We will see you tomorrow night.
Press play on Cardinals history on Friday, August 7th. The Cards take on the Rockies, and that day fans take home a special edition Joe and Jack Buck bobblehead featuring the Hall of Fame father-son broadcasting duo, plus a built-in voice chip with some of their most memorable calls. That's courtesy of Amarin. It's a collectible you can see and hear. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
Jesse Stevens with Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. One of the most common questions we hear is, why does this line keep backing up? Clearing the drain fixes the symptom, but there's often an underlying issue. At Lands, we clear the line, then run a camera to help confirm what's behind the problem. You decide what to do next with confidence. Call 355-5512 for Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Having trouble breathing? You're not alone. At Gibson Area Hospital Pulmonology Clinic, Dr. Ismail Bobat helps patients breathe easier. Dr. Bobat specializes in treating patients with asthma, COPD, occupational and complex lung diseases and infections, sleep apnea, insomnia, and more. Take the first step toward better breathing and get the right diagnosis and treatment. Call 217-784-2212 to schedule your appointment with Dr. Bobat today.
Gibson Area Hospital. Gibson gets it.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat-screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Yes, sir. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. This is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And the very excited, very happy, very joyous Quinn Turn the Intern, also on our live stream right now. Quinn, how amped are you
I'm hyped.
Your Cubs, our Cubs, the beloved Cubs, unless you're a Cardinals fan, you're not happy about this. They just won very dramatically. Can you explain, if someone was not listening on our sister station, US 105.9, how the Cubs just defeated the Blue Jays in extra innings?
So PCA was stealing third, and the catcher had the ball, tried to throw it to the third baseman, way overthrew it, ball ended up in the outfield, PCA ran home, celebration time for everybody. I'm hyped.
And that is why PCA will be the MVP right there, Evan Stone.
MVP.
Right there, that play. Those sort of plays, that's what gets you.
Heads up base running is what that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like him.
PCA MVP, you think?
Yeah, he's
that
pretty good at the game of baseball.
Pretty good.
Okay, so that was awesome. I said this, the Cubs stole that game.
They did.
Complete steal.
Yep.
Dylan Cease dominated them the entire game. I think 2 hit them in 7 innings.
Yeah.
10 strikeouts. And Bregman hits a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th to tie it up, and then they get it in the 11th. But the thing that I'm excited about, I don't know if you guys have seen this.
What are you excited about?
Well, I'm going to go out and buy some Akron season tickets.
Oh, are you hyped? Do you want to do it? You want to be the play caller?
I don't know if you've seen this that they're doing.
It's made the rounds on social media, but
if you go
explain.
out, if you buy season tickets for Akron football this year, you're put in a drawing to script and call the first series of their first game against Robert Morris. I'm telling you right now, that is a dream come true.
That is how you sell.
I have been
stadium.
preparing for this on the PlayStation. Years.
How much are season tickets? If you don't know, Quinn, look that up real quick for us. But do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right, Quinn, find out.
But if you purchase them, you get entered in the drawing, and every person you refer it to, and they go get,
you
also
get an extra
another entrance.
Oh, so it's like a Mary Kay Ponzi scheme.
I'm telling you. Okay, couple things. How offended are you if you're Robert Morris? If I'm Robert Morris, I'm like, what the heck?
217 texture. That's when you know your program is tanked. Sheesh. Yeah, that's not great. 217 texture.
That's crazy. So I'm trying. And then last night, I might have to do a series on this on the socials. I was trying to figure out how many other professions would this fly. Like, hey, okay, this show.
Mm-hmm.
Enter to win. You could do a segment with us.
Do a segment with us.
You could do a segment.
Co-host for a day. That's people have been doing radio stuff
my
for a while.
day job.
Yeah.
I'm a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, tithe this week and get entered in to write our next sermon.
That seems extra dirty to do that, though.
You could. Hey, listen. You could. If I'm a financial planner, hey, sign up with me and I'll let you manage someone else's money. Where else could we do this? Paul, vote for me, and I'll let you write the next bill. Enter a drawing to write a bill.
It could be anything, go to. Well, see, this is another thing. It's not a contest. It's not like an actual contest because you got to buy something. You got to. So it's a lottery, is what it is. But maybe it'd be like you run a pizza shop. You know what? Come to the pizza shop, and every pizza you buy, it's your chance to come work in the kitchen. You could come and make pizza for people. Don't even worry about washing your hands. You just get back here and start making pizza.
That's what I'm saying. You could serve someone else's table. Whatever. Do we have time right now for me to argue with Lindy?
Oh, well, no, that's going to get off track, though, from what we were talking about. But I want to know, well, you can argue with Lindy in a moment, but Quinn, did you find out how much season tickets for Akron football are?
$75+.
70. So that means basic, like the cheap seats are $75. $75 is all it could cost you for the opportunity to call. It's not just a play, it's a series. So you could put together what if you put together an offensive drive? He's not even paying attention. He's so PO'd at Lindy, whatever Lindy sent him the text.
I'm doing it.
I'm trying to bring him in, and he could not care less right now, Quintern, the intern. He wants to fight with Lindy.
I'm paying attention.
He is so focused on whatever. What did Lindy say here? Okay. Well, let me ask you this. What play are you going to run? What play are you going to run?
I'm going to run barge concept the whole way down the field.
That's the annexation of Puerto Rico over and over and over again is what that is. All right. Well, yeah, that could have
a lot of mesh concept, 4 verts.
Lindy, you just blew up this whole segment. I don't know. This could have been a really good, interesting conversation about Akron football.
I don't think anybody wanted that. I think people were thanking Lindy.
I'm into it. I'm into it. I was into it because it's such a silly, such a like 1A minor league baseball gimmick to try to get people to come. Hey, it's like hot dog frenzy night or something like that, which I did that when I was out in Vermont. I went to a hot dog frenzy night. 25 cents. I thought it was a buck a hot. It was 25 cents. There were people walking around with like 20, 30 hot dogs. I'm not making that up. It was ridiculous.
I can't have hot dogs.
Too many nitrates.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Yeah. This is Evan versus Lindy. We'll do this for the last part of the hour. Lindy says, we're talking about Pete Crow Armstrong and the play that just happened where the Cubs won on a misfired throw. He says, quote, "It's actually really stupid baseball. You're in scoring position already in extra innings. Why would you take the chance of getting thrown out?" Lindy.
That's not what I'm arguing.
What are you arguing with?
The second half of his text.
That's all I see.
Well, you got to scroll.
Well, it wasn't scrolling. Oh. Putting him MVP over Ohtani would make the very meaning of lack of baseball awareness.
Yeah, see, that's where he's wrong.
Ah.
I can't speak to the stupid baseball because I wasn't watching it. I didn't see the play. Maybe. Honestly, there's a lot of times I'm watching PCA and I think, good grief, that was stupid baseball. God?
That's what I thought. I thought God just opened up a waterfall in the studio or something.
He makes some interesting decisions on the field, and nobody can deny that.
Here's the thing. If Ohtani is pitching, yes, I agree with you. If Ohtani is pitching and he's having the season he's having hitting while also able to pitch, absolutely, and he's pitching well, you got it. Totally agree. The fact right now, though, is that he's not pitching. And if he's not pitching and he's just DHing, because that's all he's doing right now, no, PCA blows him out of the water as MVP. Statistically speaking, if you look at if you compare them to each other, when you compare batting and then WAR and what they do in the field and stolen like all that stuff, yeah, PCA is better than Ohtani and should be MVP. However, if Ohtani is also pitching at a high level, sure. If he's striking out 10 guys and hitting 3 home runs in a game,
keep going.
Sure, give it to Ohtani. But that's not what he's doing right now. PCA, specifically, we brought this up the other day, since May 30th, his WAR, his fielding WAR, his batting WAR, it blows Ohtani's out of the water.
All right, well, let me look at something here real quick. Okay. I'm just looking at some stats. All right, you ready? So here's the average. 297 to 288, Shohei over PCA. OPS, 954 to 938, Shohei over PCA. Homers, PCA didn't hit one today, did he? He didn't get a home run today?
No.
They're even. They're 26 each. RBIs, Shohei's got 70, PCA's got 69. Runs scored, PCA 78, Shohei 73. Steals, stolen bases 28-6, Pete over Shohei. What do you got? You have something?
Well, no, that's what blows you out of the water. And I think the argument is, as an overall athlete, obviously MVP, we're not just talking the offensive side of the ball. We have to think defensively. And I understand that Shohei's a pitcher. I get that. But some of the plays that PCA has made in the outfield are absolutely ridiculous. So you have to take that into consideration.
It's going to be a fun last 2 months of the season to see how this ends up. But, it's still Shohei Ohtani's doing things we've never seen in the game of baseball before. Man.
Very true.
If he's pitching, yeah. That's all I'm saying. If he's not pitching, PCA is with more games played and doing more on the baseball field is more of an MVP in the heart of the award than Ohtani is.
Okay.
No, Lindy says Jim Edmonds made great plays in the outfield. Should he have been an MVP? No, you're pulling one thing out of it. That's a component of it. That's why he's more of an MVP right now than Ohtani is.
You know what you're doing there with that one,
yeah.
Lindy.
If you look at batting wins above replacement, PCA is the best in the majors. Ohtani's second. PCA is 6.8. Ohtani is 6.2. If you look at fielding WAR, PCA is the best in baseball.
Yeah.
7.3.
Yep.
Ohtani is second at 6.4. If you look at total WAR since May 30th, PCA has more than 2. It's like he's 2.3 points higher than Ohtani. Like, I don't think it's that crazy. Ohtani, this is not me saying Ohtani's overrated or he sucks.
Oh, no,
I still think he's the greatest baseball player to ever play baseball. That's
sure.
where I'm landing.
Yeah.
Even more so than Ty Cobb.
It's getting close.
Please don't let it be on the Bears.
It's getting close. But PCA has done something that even Ty Cobb couldn't do.
What's that?
Where's that stat?